Alright, buddy, so this is going to be my review for The Punisher Season 1. Going into this, I didn't think I was really going to like it, because if you know me, I don't do gore and everything. Like, a whole lot of blood and gore just makes me uncomfortable. And I know The Punisher's a very violent man. And in the first episode, there's the scene that happens in the construction site with the jackhammer. And at that point, I was like, I'm probably not going to be able to finish this show. But I either really got used to it, or it just wasn't that bad, because mainly the Punisher uses guns most of the time, so it's mainly just getting shot. It's not like him like ripping people open or anything. And I gotta say, The Punisher Season 1 is one of my favorite things of the Marvel Netflix universe. It didn't seem like very slow, like kind of like Iron Fist and Luke Cage were kind of slow to me, and The Punisher it never got boring. I'd say like it kept you wondering what's going on, because there was really a big kind of like a mystery around like what was actually going on. And John Bernthal kills it as a Punisher, kind of like Charlie Cox. He's got to come back. He's kind of a big name actor too, so I imagine they just would bring him back, and he's really just perfect for the role, honestly. Like in this season, the world still doesn't know that he's alive, so he's like under wraps. But then like someone calls him, tells him like, hey, pretty much the same thing that happened to you happened to me. So we need to be on a team, and we need to get these guys. It turns out like some guy that he served with in the army is turned, and he's a villain working for the bad guy. And kind of like what happened in Daredevil, where his commander was the bad guy. He was just in with some bad people. And it turns out the reason that they killed his family was because of something that he knew. The interesting thing is that since he is alive, he's like allowed to go into this other guy's family, but this other guy's family doesn't know that he's alive. So like that right there, the drama within that is actually really like fun, and like you're kind of wondering like, oh, where's this gonna go? Also, Karen Page is in it quite a bit, which you kind of expect, because her and Frank had like a special relationship in Daredevil Season 2 where they kind of got each other. So for her to make an appearance made a lot of sense. And like the action in the show is really good. There's a scene like where it's filmed in the woods, and a lot of it's on like body cam. That was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. And one of the scenes, I want to say it was like episode like, it was kind of towards the endish, like maybe 9 or 10. It all takes place in this like building, and the police are asking different people about what they saw happen. And that was like my favorite episode, because like everyone's perspective coming together about what happened, I felt like watching a movie. The dumb thing about the Punisher is that at the beginning of the show, he fulfills like what his job was in Daredevil, so he throws his suit away. So then the whole season he's not even wearing a suit. It's like, why do they do that to us? To make us wear the suit in the last episode or whatever. But he finally gets it back in the last episode. But what I was gonna say is that I think it had one of the bigger like climaxes in the show. Like Luke Cage's final battle was kind of lame, and then Iron Fist was pretty good, but just kind of ended up being kind of weird. So like to me, the Punisher's like final battle was pretty good. I liked it a lot. One of my things about Punisher though was the cop side of the story. There's like the Punisher side of the story where you're trying to figure out what's going on, and then like this other family is part of the story, like Micro's family, which is interesting. But then there's like the cop side of it. The main cop lady, there's nothing wrong with her or her character or anything. It's just like their side of the story is just so boring for like the first like half or maybe even over half of the show to me. I'm like, why do I care? For the longest time I don't care about these people. But you eventually kind of do, because she gets shot at the end and you're like, oh man. So then you realize, oh, I guess I did care about her. I'm really excited for Season 2, because in the final battle, he like kept banging this guy's head in the glass, and his face is all messed up. And it shows him at the end, his face is all wrapped. I looked it up, and there's like some villain, one of the Punisher villains called Jigsaw, and he looks really cool. So I want to know what he looks like in the show. So I'm really excited to get to Season 2. Overall, like I said, it's really good. One of my favorites that they've done. The theme song is amazing. It's my favorite of all the Marvel Netflix theme songs. When it hit, I was just like, oh, it's perfect. It's like acoustic westernish, and like it's like all black and white, like guns shooting up bullets and stuff. And at the end, like all these guns make the skull I was on his costume. And I was just like, yes. Like I said, I like Jon Bernthal as Punisher. The guy who plays Micro did a great job. Really like that character. I hope to see more of him in season 2. I hope to see the Punisher cross over with some more shows coming down the road, since he's like, they got his name cleared at the end of the show. So like, I hope to see him come and help somebody. So that's pretty much my Punisher season 1. If there's something specific you want to hear me talk about, comment what you thought about Punisher season 1. Hit the like button, subscribe, check out some other Netflix reviews, and I'll see you next time.